Welcome to Speed Scene Live TV, the only show dedicated to the sportsman racer. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, Hedman Hustler Headers, M&H Tires, and TheFote.com. With your hosts, Diana Might, Bruce Barker, Scott Lucky Hudson, Alex Roggio, Bob Beck, Bryant Layton, with Donnie Couch and Dar Hawthorne.
Welcome to the show, Speed Scene Live. Man, we got a good show for you tonight. My name is Lucky. Right next to me is the beautiful Diana Might.
Welcome.
We got Bruce Barker over there in charge of all the technical stuff.
Hey,
And we've got Hot Rod Bob Beck. He's fresh from the mountains of Big Bear, California. He's going to talk about some stuff there. And tonight, live in studio, the one and only Donnie Couch. Donnie, what have you been up to lately?
Well, I've been a little on vacation, but we've been hitting the speedway racing at Industry Hills, the Grand Arena, and Saturday Night Nitro, which Dar Hawthorne's going to come on later and talk about Saturday Night Nitro. Got another race coming up this weekend.
Nice.
Well, we got some footage right here from the Speed Scene Live Nationals at Great Bend, Kansas. We got some interviews we're going to play. Man, we got an action-packed show, so I don't know how we're going to fit them all in. Also, there may be, well, I'll let Bruce tell you about that, but we're going to have an interview with Steve Strassner, the last Starfighter. We got a clip of his new personal best, and everybody does push-ups on his crew when they have a new personal best. So his 730s resulted in everybody in the crew dropping on the starting line doing 7 push-ups.
Dropping?
Yeah, right there in the VHD.
Dropping what?
Dropping on the ground.
Also not dropping trowel.
And
not dropping their britches, huh?
And no. Nobody needs to see that. And the driver had to do 7 after the run, but they said they are working in order to make the next pass 6 push-ups instead of 7.
Well, that's how the math works. That's what we all strive for.
Bruce, I know we've got Diana Might getting ready to talk to us, but tell our viewers, we're having a little technical issue with the stream tonight.
That's right, and so it'll be interesting to see how you, as the viewer, as you know, when you first logged on to Speed Scene Live to watch the show tonight, it felt a little bit different. That's because we're using our partner's live stream for our main stream tonight, while some server work is being done on the usual stream stuff that we got going. So, what we want to make sure of is it wasn't intended to be an experiment, but by all means, give us your comments. We know that full screen access is available at live stream. You just click the button in the lower right, and we want to make sure that you're able to access the stream, that there isn't some sort of a cap on it, if there's any inserted commercials, all that stuff. We want to know about it because we know we got a lot of viewers, and we want to make sure this thing works, while we're redoing some of the server stuff behind the scenes.
Perfect.
Great. We also want to let everybody know that we're going to have Bob's Gas. He's going to be talking about Corvettes up at Big Bear. And then tonight, one of our special guests is Dar Hawthorne. He's going to be talking about the Saturday Night Nitro race. That's going to be up at the Auto Club Famosa Raceway.
And they got Bypass.com off-road report with Bryant Layton. And we'll be talking with Burt Jenner, who's the son of the famous Olympic star Bruce Jenner. He's going to talk about his off-road racing career and his new position on the Brian Deegan team. Now, soon we're also going to be in an upcoming show. We're going to have some guests talking about a movie about 2 famous drag racers.
Ooh.
So keep in touch with us. Listen in. We'll tell you what date it's going to be, but a new movie coming out.
Now, there's a 10-5 race coming up July 26th through the 27th. Up at Woodburn, Oregon. It's $10,000. Last man standing. 10-5 tire, guys. This is your chance. Free entry if you pre-enter, and one racer's going to walk away with $10,000. Wow. So,
is there any other track that does that, Lucky?
Nobody else.
Anybody else? Any other track out there that would dare to allow free entry and then give away $10,000?
Now, here's a clip. We're going to show more of this. This is the last Starfighter. And what's cool about this team is this is a 1973 race car. Well, they towed it with this 2013 Dodge.
There's so much further.
You know, look at the curves on this car. This is a beautiful car right here.
Yeah, right.
We're going to find out some more about this later tonight. But before we do, Donnie, you were...
Wait, was that a NASCAR-approved front end on that?
Yeah, boy, what a Hans device that is.
Yeah.
Donnie,
You know, I have to deal with a room full of a bunch of horn dog man ladies out there.
Well,
Are
you were looking at
feeling
the
for me?
Courtney Force photos with.
Well, I thought they were photoshopped. You know, I just couldn't believe that a young lady of such demeanor would belittle herself and do something like that.
That
She's
was
got a
the-
great body. I got to give her credit for that, but she didn't need to do that. She's doing great as a racer.
That was Dar Hawthorne's legs they photoshopped.
Yeah, right.
I knew that's okay.
Now,
then.
we will have some nude photos on Speed Scene Live
Oh, darn.
later. Unfortunately, they're going to be of Hot Rod Bob.
Oh, God.
Oh, baby.
Bob, you didn't need to do that. You're a man of stature in this
Yeah,
town.
the hard part was toning down the colors because it was just so
The white?
bright white. Yeah,
Bright
the whites.
white?
I mean,
Yeah.
it was just fading everything out.
As long as they're not gray, that tingy gray kind of freaks
Yeah.
me out a little bit.
Now, Donnie, you were out at the Industry Hills Speedway, and I think Bruce has some footage from the Industry Hills. What would that be called?
Yeah, lead me through that, Donnie.
Well, you got the final race up there. We got a clip of the final, which Billy
Okay, that
Hamill
would-
won.
okay, yeah,
And then
now-
we've got a great interview with Barry Weiss, and Barry interviews for Speed Scene Live.
Let's
know what?
watch those.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. So, how about this, Donnie Couch? The interview first, the Hamill interview first. Does
Yeah,
that sound
we
like a
can
good
do
plan? All right, here we go on Speed Scene Live.
We got Fox, we got Hamill, we got Larson and Venegas going in for the final.
Here we go again. It's unbelievable, Donnie. I understand you got a $200 bounty. Anybody that can beat Hamill, you know what? Fox has been pretty damn hot.
Fox is our pick for Speed Scene Live to pick my pocket. We've interviewed him earlier. He thinks he's got the setup, but I don't know. Hamill's so smooth.
You know, Josh Lawson doesn't wear that number 2 for no reason. The guy's hot. He's won a lot. He should have won the national championships quite a bit, but we all know it's a matter of luck. And luck, Lady Luck is here right now, buddy.
Okay, so here you go. $200 we're going to give from Speed Scene Live. Anybody can take Hamill out. That's going to be tough. We hope it happens. Kinda. We love Hamill. So, you know, it's just we're having fun out here, right, Howie?
But he's due. Come on. The guy's won every main event he's been in all season. How long can he continue? Alan Christian has the record at 13. You know what? We'll see. He's 2 away.
All right, folks. Well, we'll give you those results shortly as they start all the bikes, and they're going to head out. Howie, we're going to check with you after the final.
Well, hopefully Hamill can, because I love him. But I love the Fox guy and the rest of the guys, too.
Hey, we love them all here on Speed Scene Live. I got that $200 in my pocket. We're going to see what happens. Number 2, Fox in the number 3 position, and Venegas on the outside here tonight. Here we go. Venegas is in. He said, let's go race. Hamill, he's just cooling his clutch off. Larson's in. Fox is in. Hamill's in. They're all in, folks. Starter says, hey, guys, let's race. Hamill out in front. Larson right behind him. Fox on the outside. Billy Hamill. Oh, look at this. Billy Hamill right in the heart. Josh Larson on the inside. He's number 2. Wow. We're racing hard tonight, folks. Can they do it? Looks like they're not going to pick my pocket tonight as Hamill takes the white flag. One more lap. Billy Hamill. He's got it, folks. Billy Hamill, winner, event number 5. Nobody can beat Billy Hamill. Nobody can beat Billy Hamill. 5 races in a row here at Industry Hills. The Grand doesn't get any better than this. They tried to pick our pocket. Josh Larson. It was good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think they should make him go on one
Little
wheel.
tribute to the
one
fans
wheel.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
can almost get around the whole track.
You know what? He's so good racing against those guys. He should be mandated to go on one wheel.
Well,
Yeah.
That's a handicap.
Actually, he's leading the USA team over in Europe this week.
Wow.
And he took 3 riders with him. And so they've got, he might be gone for a couple weeks doing the European challenge
Yes.
over there. So hopefully the Americans can come back with the trophy. They got a real strong team. And all those guys are riding at Industry Hills every week.
Yeah.
Speedway's really big in Europe.
Yeah, and that's a really nice facility over there at Industry Hills. If you're in Southern California and you haven't had the opportunity to go to that facility, you really need to show up. They've got great food, facilities. It's all covered. Donnie, tell them a little bit about it. I mean,
Well, they're racing there every Wednesday night, and it starts at 7:30. You're out there by 10. They got a great bar.
I knew
Great
you'd tell them
food,
about that.
And it's a family environment.
They have root beer?
Yeah. Good Mexican food. Nice restrooms for the ladies. And
Really
kids.
good food and reasonably priced, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, Billy Hamill won. We've got this bounty out on him, and we run into Barry Wise out there quite a bit from Storage Wars. So we went to do a little interview with Barry Wise, and then he took the microphone over, Speed Scene microphone, and interviewed the winner, Billy Hamill.
Hey,
So
Industry Hills Speedway, the Grand. Barry Wise, longtime Speedway fan, took
know
some
that.
time off from Storage Wars. I know you're taping right now, but
No, I'm actually was knee deep in a storage unit earlier today.
What's her
but I
name?
broke away. What's her name? No, I mean I actually didn't make it out too much last year because I actually was working. But I love this stuff, as you know. I mean I've been coming out here for 5-6 years or whatever.
Yeah.
And let's talk about Billy Hamill
5
doing
in a
the
row.
impossible.
5 in a row.
Yeah. Well,
He's
come
got a
on,
lot of
Billy.
class.
He's got a lot of
Barry.
class. He's got a lot of style. And he's just playing fast.
He rides smooth.
For an old guy, because he is old by these standards.
Hats off to us old guys.
Well, he's not Bobby Schwartz old,
no,
but he's old.
No, nobody's Bobby Schwartz.
I know
old.
it. And I've
That's
seen the
grandfather
Schwartzmeister here
He's
tonight.
walking around. I don't think
I've
he's too
seen him.
happy with us tonight.
Oh, is that well?
He got
well,
here late.
Did he?
You know,
I
a
don't
little
know.
bit
I
of a
said
tune.
hello to Bob. All these guys are my old heroes. You know that.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I was going to. I remember going seriously to Whiteman Stadium in the real early days. You know, Nutter and Barry
Sliding
Briggs,
Sonny
and-
Nutter.
Oh yeah, I see Sonny all the time. You know, and yeah, I mean, I wonder why this sport hasn't evolved actually into a much bigger thing in the last 40 years. Because we know how huge it is in Europe.
I think it comes and goes a little. On
I
there.
guess. I mean, but
I think it's on the upswing. Huh?
I'd like to think. I mean,
We knew
regardless,
the monster race was an incredible
that was
race.
incredible. And regardless of what happens, I still love it. I don't care if there were 7 people here.
It's something to do on a Wednesday night.
Yeah,
right?
it's more than that, I mean, these guys are all my heroes, and they're all the average age of them. There's a lot of young guys, but as you know, I mean, look at Sean McConnell. Sean is what now? 79. He's going to be 80 next month.
80.
All right,
Yeah.
and Bobby Schwartz is 97.
We can't even put candles on his birthday cake unless the fire department.
I know
here,
that.
Right?
No, I've loved all this for a long, long time. Look at Billy. Here he is, right here. Billy,
Interview him, Barry.
come on, Billy.
Billy,
Billy, come on. We're doing a live interview here.
Oh.
It's
old
broadcast.
guys, the old guys
Yeah, the
reunion.
old guys. No, I was just yagging about you, man. Real proud of you. 5 in a row.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
And you're going to be, what, 73 on Monday?
Yeah, something like that.
No, man. Good to see you. Congratulations,
Thanks,
Bob.
thanks,
Yeah,
yeah.
Another job
time.
well done, brother.
Well, thanks for coming out and supporting Speedway,
You
man.
know
It's
that.
always good to have you
Been
here.
a fan forever.
I know.
Hey, man, thanks again for having me.
All right, that's Barry Weiss supporting Speedway here at the Grand, folks. Thank you.
Wow, great job, Donnie, hanging with Barry. And, it's so much fun there, and we're going to show some more of that. But right now, we're going to head all the way over to the other side of the country. We're going to head out and talk about nostalgia racing. Diana might bring our guest on.
Sure, let's go to line 1 and welcome Dave Mullen. Dave, welcome to Speed Scene Live.
Oh, thank you very much for inviting us.
Dave, it's great to have you on the show. Of course, you're more well known as the driver of the American Pie Gasser. But, for people that don't know you in that capacity, you're also one of the people that are out promoting the Nostalgia Drag Racing League. By the way, if you want to check out their website, they're located at nostalgiadragleague.com. And, Dave, you guys were out running the event out at the NHRA Hot Rod Heritage reunion at Bowling Green, and you guys did a great job.
Oh, thank you very much. we were fortunate, the NHRA and the RE to tweak their rules just a little bit to match our classes and our class structure, and we were able to use the reunion for one of our points races this year. It's one of 5 that we have in the Midwest here.
Well, you guys did a great job, and I think what you guys are trying to attempt to do is sort of standardize the nostalgia rules, so a guy like me in California can head out to the middle of the country, meet a guy from Chicago, Illinois, and we can all race with a level playing field.
Yes, that's correct, Scott. Are different than what you might see at the Heritage Series on the West Coast. A little bit more loose on the electronics, and our years go up to 1979 and down. They got to look nostalgic, though. We don't want anything real modern. I'm watching some of the feed online here. I see the cookies my wife made there.
Yes, legendary.
Yeah, those are great. Yeah, but we did try to standardize the rules. The most important thing for our group was to create a program where racers like us can go and race and have a good time. Back in 2010, as most people know, the good guys quit their program in the Midwest, and they pulled the plug, and it was October, and we got together. A very small group of very dedicated racers that are responsible for all of this. You want me to give you some names here? Give some credit where credit's due?
Sure, go ahead.
All right, yeah. Troy Wilson, he's a racer from Indiana. He's the president. Al Robbins is an engine builder from Freedom Racing Engines. Is from New York. She and her husband Steve drives the SS3 7.0 car.
By the way, the SS3 car is the first NDRL car to ever run Speed Scene Live stickers, and I noticed that he was the 7.0 Pro champion.
Ooh. Yeah, he sure is. We've got Michelle Lewis, who drives that Scary Thought front-engine Woody Gilmore dragster. She's our secretary. Mark Vaught is a 7.0 rep. Wayne Sears, Super Mouse, a 750 rep. Myself. And I'll tell you, we can't forget the spouses that help. Amy Wilson, Skip Lewis, Steve Walzak, my wife, Donna Mullen. And we got a new race director this year, Jason Becker from over at Edgewater. He helped out quite a bit at our first couple races here, and we're real happy to have him on, too.
Well, what about some of the sponsors? You know, when you guys go to an event, all the racers set up these great banners in their trailers, and when I walk around, I see 50 of these banners with all the sponsor names. Mention some of those sponsors that's making the NDRL a reality.
I would be happy to do that on behalf of them, because without them, it wouldn't happen for any of the racers. Our series sponsor has been, for the last 3 years, the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers. It's a large industrial union in the United States and Canada. They've helped us out. We got Quick Fuel Technology, Briggs & Stratton this year, Steel Rubber Products, Hotheads Research, Alki Digger Fuel Injection, Sexton Wilbur Concrete Products, Nick Arias Jr. Racing Components. From Oshkosh, Wisconsin, we've got Competition Products on Howard's Cams. Bob Sloan was a trans builder, and we've got a special Bob Sloan Memorial Senior Award this year. We've got Saldana Racing Products, Brownsburg, Indiana, Freedom Racing Engines, Breaking the Law Landscaping in Martinsville, Indiana, Deshawn Transmissions in Indiana, Wood River Auto Parts, Shorty Raider Racing, Vintage Racing Supply. Well, that's Ruman's gig over there, and DJ Safety. I'll tell you, without these guys, nothing would happen.
Well, what's it cost for a racer like me? You know, let's say I want to come out and join your association. What's it cost me to be part of the group?
Well, it's $100 membership and get you, a T-shirt and all the stickers and stuff, and it puts you in our points program for the series, which at the end of the year we have a beautiful banquet. We give out beautiful custom trophies at each race for the class winners, and at the end of the season we give out class championship trophies, and each class champion gets a fabulous leather sleeve varsity jacket with the NDRL logo and his name and his class championship that he won at a big banquet that we hold at the end of the year.
How many races do you run per year?
Well, this year we had 5. Our first year we started out slow. We had 3, then we had 4 the second year. This year we've got the 5-race series. Our next one coming up is at the Blue Suede Cruise in Norwalk, Ohio at Summit Motorsport Racing Park, and it's going to be a fabulous blowout. From there we go to Edgewater. From Edgewater, we go back down to Bowling Green, Kentucky again. That'll be our third race down there, and that's alongside the AMRA Nitro Harley finals. We'll have our finals down there too. So those are the last 3 races of the series.
Nice. Now, their website is nostalgiadragleague.com, and you guys run a very well-organized organization. You guys do a great job, and hey, Dave, I want to thank you for calling. You know, we appreciate you guys trying to standardize the rules, making it easy over the country to come together. And, man, what a great group. I raced with you guys myself.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. You guys did a fantastic job. Thanks for calling Speed Scene Live.
I sure appreciate the time, and you guys do a great job on there, and we're posting this on our board, so you'll see what, a little more viewership from our side.
Great.
Well, good. And, hey, call back right before the next race, and I know you guys are going to be up at Norwalk, but let's get some of these winners' names on the show.
Oh, yeah, man. We'll do that. We've got 4 classes that other tracks run their own classes in addition to ours. We have 7.0, 750 heads up. Then we've got our Pro Comp and Pro Gas Index combo classes. And you'll see some great competition, and what a show these guys put on. It's great.
Thanks a lot, Dave. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye now.
Bruce, I ran into the last Starfighter at the Great Bend, Kansas race, the Speed Scene Live Nationals, and let's go and let's see that pass, because what these guys did, and I know, Donna, you can relate to this. They were thrashing for 2 weeks right before a race. They were trying to get their whole event together.
Looks like they did.
I think that might.
Yeah, you guys, come on.
That's not the right
Get your heads
video.
out of the gutter.
Is that not the right?
That's a young.
Yeah.
No, wait a minute.
I like working hard like that for 2 weeks.
Should I have checked to
I
make
think
sure?
I did.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. This is the
wanted to
right
make
one.
sure.
Well, I don't know how that happened,
Yeah.
Diana. Everybody loves those new Dodges.
Yeah.
Now, these guys worked really hard to get this car together. Everything was broken 2 weeks before the event, and they said, we want to be there. We want to support the Great Bend track. We want to support the Speed Scene Live Nationals. So they used every spare part they had in this car to get it together, and they brought it out, and they said, we don't know what it's going to run. We're using all our used stuff, our spare stuff. We don't even have any spares left in the trailer, so if it breaks, we're in trouble. They came out, they made one quick pass, like a 100-foot pass, just to make sure, and then they came out and they laid down this pass, and, these guys did a great job, and they laid down a 730.
Now, that's a steel back half of the car, right?
Keith Racer here, last Starfighter. We're back at Great Bend, Kansas, after a 2-year hiatus, doing a chrome moly chassis. Got to thank Dominator Race Cars for all of his effort. 2 hard years this man put in for my car. Can't thank him enough. Mickey Thompson, great people too, helped us out a lot. We got Andrews Racing's Transmissions, who's helped put us together here and done a good job for us. Got a few others on the list. Right now I can't think of them. We're getting ready to make a hard run here, hopefully. So take care, folks. We'll see you on the other side.
Well, they did. They staged that car. They said, we're not holding back. We're going to make a full run. We're going to see what happens. And they went ahead and laid down a 730, which is their personal best in this car.
Well,
and yeah, Bob, that is it's a steel car, steel back half car. They've upgraded the chassis recently, and they go faster and faster every time out.
Got a little out of shape, but he still ran a 730. That's good.
It's easily a low 7-second car. So, and there's one more shot of the new Dodge.
Yeah, new Dodge. I love the lightning treatment on the front of the last Starfighter. That's a beautiful car.
Great.
Yeah.
That is great. Let's take a commercial break. We're running behind. We're coming back with Hot Rod Bob Beck, Donnie Couch, and Bryant Layton. Will be talking to Burt Jenner tonight on Speed Scene Live.
I'm Jack Russell with Great White, and you're watching Speed Scene Live.
For over half a century, Currie rear-end components have been twisting out the torque and taking the punishment. And the new Currie lineup is stronger than ever. Some of the world's most capable, hardest-working vehicles depend on Currie gears, which is why you can too. Street cars, hot rods and resto rods, drag cars, rock-crawling four-wheel drive vehicles, whatever you're piloting, Currie expertise and rock-solid design means the parts will do their job, so you can do yours. Check out Currie's custom rear ends, featuring a full line of upgrades, components, and installation options. The Currie Crate rear ends lineup offers ultra-strong construction on third members and carrier assemblies. And other underside parts, like correct link steering systems, keep your four-wheeler pointed where you want it. Add in a wide variety of solid, purpose-built suspension and brake components, and you've got one tough, ready-to-go machine. Grab a hold of a Currie rear end. Talk to the experts at 714-367-2679 or view the complete line online at CurrieEnterprises.com. Welcome back to more of Speed Scene Live, the #1 online drag racing TV show. Brought to you by Currie Rear Ends, M&H Tires, Hedman Hustler Headers, and TheFoat.com.
Thanks so much for staying with us here at Speed Scene Live. We're just barely getting started. Again, we're running our partner stream from Livestream, the folks over there at Livestream.com. If you see any glitches, any issues, it's not a purposeful test. It just kind of happened that way tonight. But it's a great way to test this system to see kind of where the show's headed in the future because, as you know, we deliver multiple streams. We deliver them to just like every format now, and we just want to make sure you can watch it on whatever device you're using. Okay, so let us know. That means you too, Thomas Moore. All right, I'm Bruce Barker. There's Diana Might.
Welcome.
Yeah, there's Donnie Couch in the studio. Hot Rod Bob is here. Lucky Hudson is here. Dar Hawthorne.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, welcome back to the show, man. We haven't seen you in like a week.
No,
Whole week.
Sorry to
huh?
pester you guys.
Yeah, you stop pestering us.
7 days makes 1 week, you know.
Yeah, okay.
Well, why don't we go to Dar and have him tell us all about this nitro race out at Famosa?
Excellent idea.
Yeah, Saturday night at Famoso Raceway is the second of this year's Saturday Night Nitro. And so far we've got 13 pre-entered Nostalgia Funny cars from Dan Horan's Patriot Mustang, who won the last event, the California Hustler, who was a runner-up at the last event, and this is the new poster that will be given out free
Nice.
at the event,
Nice poster.
along with the first, I believe it's the first 500 kids that get in there get a free Hot Wheels, and also get in the gate for free with their parents.
Can I just like come in on my knees so I can get the Hot
I'll
Wheels?
vouch for you,
Well,
man.
I think you need to bring Speed Scene Live a couple of those posters. Can you do that for me?
I
hon?
can do that. I
Thank
want
you
to
so
do
much.
that.
Box cars.
Yeah.
Well, the Hot Wheels.
I'll see if I can get them autographed for you, too.
Okay,
There's some pretty cool
please.
drivers up
Yeah.
there.
What's the name of that one driver from Canada? What's his name?
Good old, what's his name?
Tim Boychuk?
Wojciech?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of
that's
those
it.
guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
Wow, I
ticket.
got it right.
Yeah.
You guys run the wrinkle wall snow tires, right?
Quizmaster.
But then, too, there are going to be 4 Nitro Harleys again, 3 or 4 Top Fuel Dragsters, and, of course, the West Coast Hot Rod Association's got 3 classes.
Oh.
And it'll close out the evening with the MAV TV Jets.
Wow.
And so there's for $20, come in on Saturday, you'll be out and back to L.A. on the same night.
Yeah.
It is conceivable.
Possible.
Okay.
If you're driving the
a
Mad
bottle of
TV.
5-hour energy and
Yeah.
you're back in LA and no problem.
Yeah.
And and I'll be up there with 500 Jegs hats to throw out, mostly to the kids. I know that there'll be plenty of moms and dads who want them, and will come up with excuses that my dog's in the hospital.
Whoa!
Look at that, another one right here.
Yeah.
You know, these are nice and bright, so if you're on your bicycle and you want to be seen, wear one of these, and the cars will move away from you.
So the guys at Jegs are giving me 500 hats for the next 2 races to hand out. We gave out 500 of them up at Medford, Oregon, at Champion Raceway.
And they love hats up there in Oregon. You know that?
You need them, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get the rain
If
off your
it's
head.
this time of year, you need them to block the sun, and in a couple of months, you'll need them to block the rain.
And the important thing is, you know what? The sponsor, Jags, we want to make sure everybody knows, hey, where do you go when you need parts? Jegs.
And Jegs also has free shipping on all of their all of your orders right now. So
Yeah,
there's
the postage just went
it's a
up
hell of a
recently,
deal.
too. Yeah.
That's good.
And one other thing I really want to mention, and I know everybody's short of time, but my son set a quick lap time in the skid plate racing at Irwindale Speedway this weekend.
Explain that to
All
people,
right, skid
Ralph.
plate racing
Yes.
is I can best describe it as if you walked into a room in an old house and you turned on the lights and the cockroaches all ran in different directions.
Yes.
It's sort of like that, but. What you do is you get a car that's a front wheel drive, and you're not allowed to modify it a lot except take all the windows and all the interior out and we put a roll cage in ours and a Randy LaJoya seating seat that's much more expensive than the car, and a couple of Replay XD cameras, and went out and started racing for about $800 or $900. We've got a race car
But
done.
now you do something special to the rear end,
Oh,
right?
yeah, that's right. You take the wheels off.
Wait. You take the wheels off.
And you weld onto those wheels without tires some 8x16 half-inch steel plate.
So
and
now, do you
drag
just
it.
have like special wheels? You take the wheels of the tire off, then you put these other wheels on that have the plate on them?
That's correct,
So,
yeah.
okay, there you go.
And then you chain them into the inside of the wheel wells and drag those around the 3rd mile at Irwindale.
So you just drag it around.
Sparks coming off the back of it, and
You gotta watch
it's almost uncontrollable. In fact, next time I come on, I'm going to do a little report on skid plate racing. I think
Nice.
It was neat this last Saturday night. They shut the lights off.
it wasn't neat for the I got to tell you, it was not neat for the drivers.
No,
it
because
would be
couldn't
or the
scary.
video.
Yeah, it would be scary.
No. But the sparks shooting out the back were neat because you could see where the cars had been.
So fuel leaks are bad in this.
I haven't seen any fuel leaks yet, and the really cool thing is they start the race with an old police car with the red lights and siren going.
And did the police car have the skid plates on it as well?
No,
okay.
but the police car is used to get cars off of the racetrack that are blocking it rather than throwing a red flag.
So they've got like push bars or something.
Right.
What kind of car is your son driving?
He has a 93 Volkswagen Golf, number
Wow.
32.
That's
you
the
also
one that was
mentioned,
leading everything.
Yeah, you
Yep.
also mentioned there's a little contact there too.
A little contact. So basically, your car
Full
is
contact
relatively uncontrollable on the backside, so guys are going into the turns too hot, and of course they're going to go into the guy that's next to them, or all of the guys next to them, or the wall.
Yeah.
So it's very unpredictable, but it's really a fun deal, and it's really become a big fan favorite down at Irwindale Speedway in Irwindale, California.
It's kind of like combining demolition derby with circle track racing with snowmobile racing because you got the little skid plates on the back.
There are some racers that would prefer that the demolition derby part were removed from it, but
But they can't help it.
can't
It is
help
what
it.
it is.
No.
And I'm sure there's a couple of people that go, yeah, what the heck?
Yeah.
He's
Well, there were a
little
couple of
too
guys
close to
apparently
me.
that were chasing my son down after he was leaving. So
okay.
I'm not going to point fingers, but
No.
Now didn't they
Let's
run
go to the
figure
video
eight
tape.
one time?
not with skid plate.
Not skid. No,
not
they
doing-
made the course tighter or something. Yeah,
Oh,
2
what
weeks
they
ago.
did was they pushed the barrier out, so you had to come up onto the front straightaway
Right.
for the half mile,
Which makes
so
it fun since
wacky.
it's backed.
And
It
33
banked it.
cars started.
Yeah.
33 cars started this, and it's really an amazing
Wow.
growth thing because you can get in and build your own car for under $1,000.
Well, why don't we save all that for a future date, Dar? Because I know you want to show all that film, and I know
do.
you want to show your son, but congratulations to him, and we want to thank you for this great segment.
Hey, you know what? Should we talk about Medford at all? Was that coming up tonight? Just on a recap here?
Medford, I'll make it quick. 4 funny cars went up to Medford to put on a show. First time they've had nitro cars there in about 6 years. It used to be one of those places where NHRA Tour cars would stop on the way to Seattle, and had the California Hustler and Smokey's Dark Side and Dale Van Gundy's car, and there's a couple shots from it. And unfortunately, the old California Hustler got a little out of control off the starting line and kissed the guard wall. So you'll see the results up at Famoso Raceway this weekend. I'm out of here.
Oh, right. Thanks so much, Dar. Well, hey, you know what, Bruce? We've got a celebrity on the line as well. Let's go to line 2 and welcome Bryant Layton. Bryant, welcome to Speed Scene Live.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing tonight?
Well, we're doing well, sweetie. How you doing?
I've had better days, but I've had worse days too, so I can't really complain.
Yeah. Have you broken anything lately? Bones or anything like that?
Funny you say that. I do have some X-rays being done tomorrow. It looks like I might have torn my meniscus in my knee again.
Dude, you are out of control, man.
How do we know you so well, huh?
Yeah, this time it was great. I was actually riding a Rockstar cooler down the driveway.
Not even motorized.
Oh, God.
No, not at all. But
What
I
a
was
ding-a-ling.
So we ought to replace you on the Allstate commercials. Instead of Mayhem, we
Yeah,
can have
pretty
Bryant.
much. Well, you know, my youngest daughter's middle name is Mayhem.
I did not know that.
It's inherited, yes, I can understand now.
Well, let's go ahead and go to line 1 as well, and we're going to welcome your guest, and that is Bert Jenner. Bert, welcome to Speed Scene Live.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Bert, who is the celebrity we've got on the line?
Yeah, there you have it. We're all silent in awe.
Well, it's not Bryant, I can tell you that much.
Oh, hurt me.
Well, he is celebrity because all the bones he's broke.
Well, speaking of broken bones and everything like that, Bert Jenner, you were out on NBC this last weekend with Octane Academy, and you won the place of being Brian Deegan's basically team to the Octane Academy. Tell us a little bit about the Octane Academy and what happened, bud. How'd you make it?
Yeah, it's a real experience here. You know, Brian Deegan, obviously one of the kings here of off-road lately. I got, through going through the camp and everything and winning that, I get to represent kind of the off-road side of Ford's world going into the final here. But the final is going to consist of drifting and road racing and a little bit of kind of what they call precision driving or stunt driving and Tanner Faust kind of camp, and then a little bit off-road. So it's going to be kind of an all-inclusive, skilled kind of event. And we'll see how it goes. But, they keep calling me kind of the off-road specialist. I come from asphalt road racing, so, I'm feeling confident going into this event. But the way they have it set up, it's very kind of short, qualifying-esque events. You only get 2 laps or whatever, so anything can happen. One mistake, it's all over with. So the events are extremely stressful. And, unfortunately, I didn't get to enjoy it until after the camp and everything, because I was stressing.
Yeah. Now, this is, Octane Academy is a reality show, and, your father, Bruce Jenner, of course, was keeping up with the Kardashians and everything like that. What were you feeling like going in for your first time with a reality show and about being racing? What was it like?
Being raised around the family, the cameras and whatnot, that didn't even affect me. I was going into this 100%, 110% really a racer, just wanting, to do this and have this opportunity with Ford. The biggest thing about all of this isn't even Ford or the driving or anything. It was, getting to meet Brian and all the people at Metal Militia and Ken Block and Tanner Faust and all those guys. That's been kind of the super awesome experience here. That's kind of what I've eaten up. But the cameras, whatever, but I'm still over here as a racer stressing, just wanting to win.
Now, you are, they're calling you the off-road expert and everything like that. You're racing a Polaris Arctic Cat, and you've done the Mid 400 and King of the Hammers. You jumped into off-road, and you jumped into 2 huge races for your first 2. Tell us a little bit about how that went, and what were you thinking before you're like, I know you had the background in asphalt and everything like that, but you pulled into off-road. What made you go into off-road?
I think, like I've told people before, I started out with karting with my dad and everything, but instantly, the first thing you wanted to do was slide that cart through the corner, because that was kind of the funnest, and it just kind of felt the coolest. The only thing better than that was, slinging some dirt or throwing some kind of a roost, and that was just something that I think every kid has always wanted to do, whether it's on, a BMX bike or a motorcycle or whatever. Throwing a roost is kind of the funnest thing there is to do. So, I love the challenge of just desert racing and kind of the anything can happen. With all the asphalt racing, after qualifying, you kind of know who's really got a shot at it. And it just comes down to so much of the motor packages and all these other things. And, with desert racing, and especially King of the Hammers and stuff, they're just events that, you never know what's going to happen. You know, good luck trying to pick some of the winners in these events, and I love that. And you know, just it's the support that it's much more of a family kind of event. You know, and your friends basically chasing you down to Baja and all those kind of other type things. Come race day, it just seems to be much more involved. I know all the other motorsports. It's very involved beforehand, but come race day, it seems like it comes down to just the driver. And I like the fact of even having a navigator. I thought that was pretty awesome. And
Whoa! Back up a little bit and tell us about the alligator.
Navigator, not the alligator.
Look at that alligator. I got
the navigator. Yes, everyone seems to love my girlfriend Valerie Patalo. She's a very beautiful and sweet and gorgeous girl who's been putting up with the racing and whatnot. But going into the kind of a fun event and bring some attention, to my sponsors and whatnot. If she entered the Miss Mint competition and we drove and she navigated and we thought it was going to be kind of a good, at least good marketing strategy that she was going to be the first Miss Mint competitor to have ever actually competed in the race also. So we thought she had it in the book, and all these other poor girls get up there fumbling with their words, trying to describe why they think she should be Miss Mint. And I told her, just get up there and keep it simple and just say, because you're the only chick that's ever raced in the actual race. And evidently that wasn't enough for the Honda lady that was sponsoring it and whatnot. So we lost, but I thought it was a great try, and we had a lot of fun at the event. Unfortunately, we had a pretty big car fire, and she walked away from that, a trooper, because it scared me. And for a girl who's that gorgeous, I can deal with the scars and that kind of stuff and telling the stories, but for her to put up with a fire that bad was impressive in its own right.
That's pretty awesome. Seriously, anytime you can get a girl in a race car is always a good idea, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, and after a fire like that, if she still wants to do it again,
so now the fire. Did you actually stop the truck and put the fire out? Because I saw the truck going.
It was bad, and unfortunately, it was one of those things where I had willed it. If we had spent so much time and effort getting her into the Miss Mint competition that I hadn't spent the time. I'm embarrassed to admit this here in public. That try and teach her how to get in and out of the car. All just the emergency route. So I'm literally, in the first few miles starting the race thinking, you should have told her everything, and I'm now going to try and describe it to her over the engine noise, all that stuff.
Right.
And of course, instantly, as I'm thinking this, the fire breaks out. So I instantly had to try and describe her, get the window nets down, and all that other stuff, and eventually just did it all for her before I got out of the car, and then she got out of the car, and we got the fire out, and all was well that ends well, but.
Stop, drop, and roll.
It was a scary moment there for a second.
Much damage to the car?
Just cosmetic stuff. We had our fire extinguishers and all that stuff, and we were able to get the fire out. But no, just a lot of plastics and electrical stuff that we just, new wiring harnesses and body work, and we're good to go.
Basics,
Brian,
you talked a little. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Brian, what's next? Bert, what's next for you?
Well, it depends on what happens here in the final. I do think this is a big opportunity. So, regardless of what happens, I'm going to keep, I love the King of the Hammers event. And the Baja 1000 for me are kind of the pinnacle. I love the WORCS format, so I'm going to start racing the WORCS stuff. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. It's just a big UTV series. And I love the UTV stuff. I just see it growing, and I just want to kind of stay in that field. So regardless, that's where I'll stay. You'll see me playing with dirt out in the desert. If I get lucky and win this final, I want to go to X Games. I want to race, the GRC, the Rallycross stuff. I just see that being a smart,
that'd be fun,
kind of growing series. I love the fact that they're now racing in, in Brazil and Spain and Germany, and it's a worldwide deal.
And next month it's going to be in Irwindale. Next month it's going to be right here in Irwindale, so you can come out to that.
The X Games are going to be in Irwindale?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So, I'm definitely, at least going to be hanging out regardless. And I'll definitely at least be there. Hopefully, as a winner.
Bert, I got hit up on actually Facebook when I put that I had you up there. And the question was, how do you feel about driving the Arctic Cat, which everybody calls them, the golf carts. And we just had Joey D from UTV Underground in the studio with me about a month ago. And they're saying these things are like golf carts. That thing's got a top speed of, over 70 miles an hour.
Wow.
How do you feel about driving those things?
That was the other reason why I got into go-kart or golf carts, as they want to call them. I was born and raised around go-karts. Anyone that's ever driven any asphalt road racing or anything like that knows that to learn anything in some of the biggest, baddest competition always comes from karting. That's where you learn the most. I've raced a lot of things, but I've always realized, the funnest time I ever had was in a go-kart. So I realized probably the same applies to dirt and everything else, where you've got everything you need right there in a smaller package, and you never know who's showing up to the races. You're going to get unknown, no names that show up out of nowhere with a ton of talent, and they can screw up your weekend and everything, and I like how that is. I don't like how, the trophy trucks, you always know who's going to be there and who's going to be fast, and I think it's a, kind of the wide open frontier, and, any of those guys like the everyman challenge class and stuff that, they want to laugh at it, eventually they're starting to realize that time-wise and speed-wise through the desert, these cars are getting quicker and quicker and quicker. And, they might be laughing now, but in a few years, I just think the industry is going in the right direction. So, anybody who has the big race cars, they also have a UTV also. So.
Well, Brian, you guys really brought a great segment tonight. We appreciate both of you being on Speed Scene Live tonight, and we wish both of you continued success.
Hey, no problem, you guys. Real pleasure. Real quick though, Bert. When is the finale? When can we see it on NBC?
The finale is going to be this month on the 28th. NBC, I believe it's a Sunday. It's 1:30 Eastern, 10:30 Pacific.
All right. Well, make sure we watch that.
Make sure you check it out. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Great.
Thank you, Bert.
Thanks for calling.
Hey, thanks both of you. Brian, Bert, it was a pleasure talking to both of you.
Have a good night,
guys.
Well, we've had a lot of great segments. Lucky, do you think it's about time to go to Bob and his gas?
Bob says he's going to wrap your gas in glass. So, Bob, bring it on out.
Well, I'm Bob Beck, and you've got gas here on Speed Scene Live. And yes, we are going to put your gas in fiberglass. We were up at Big Bear. That's the beautiful mountain resort here in Southern California. And we cruised around and saw hundreds of Corvettes invade this little resort city. And it was the Corvettes West annual Corvette Bash in Big Bear. Drove mine up there along with about 30 others coming out of Ventura. We cruised on up, but every major Corvette club in Southern California was in attendance. There was a car show, there was a cruise around the lake, and there was even autocross, but I haven't figured out how to work my movie camera yet to download any of that stuff.
No.
But some of the vets that were there were great. Now, this was the we went back the trophy a little ago.
Okay.
That was the volleyball contest. The non-automotive part of it, and I actually, playing for Ventura Corvettes, played on Corvettes West's team and almost got most valuable player hurt. But that was another story altogether.
Most valuable player hurt.
Yeah, I had to quit after the second game. But we had some great Corvettes. This was a beautifully modified rubber bumper Corvette, about a 78, 79 vintage, and it sounded mean. He also brought it out to the autocross track. There we are playing volleyball.
Are you in this shot?
I don't know. I don't remember. Well, no, because everyone's standing.
Most valuable player hurt. Who did you hurt?
Me,
yeah, that's
just
what I was
me,
thinking.
just me. Altitude and everything else, it did not work for me. Here was part of the cruise around the famous Big Bear Lake. It's about a 20-mile cruise, and we were out there. Now, part of it was not always cars. We also ate, drank, and were merry. Well,
and got married.
Yes, that's true. Now, one of the other driving events we had was the blindfolded golf cart Olympics.
Oh, now these aren't the Polarises or the Arctic Cats.
No.
Blindfolded golf cart Olympics?
Yeah, kind of. The driver was blindfolded, and the passenger had to tell them where to go.
Oh.
So it was not recommended that husbands and wives or significant others were with them.
Oh, yes, that would
they
be
would
trouble.
tell you where to go.
At least they weren't doing it in the Corvettes.
No, they weren't, although that was something we had proposed. But and this shows you who had won the previous volleyball contest, and Corvette West was a leader, but then Ventura County Corvettes came back, and since 2009 has won every event. Now they've got to add another section. Now this was one of the casualties of the event. That was my rotor that melted on the way up the hill.
This was yours.
That was mine, and it just flat melted about 10 miles out of Big Bear. I had to get towed by AAA and got it fixed. But there were some beautiful cars. This was part of
this one.
This was part of the car show, one of the solid axle cars. There was even a 35th anniversary, a very rare Corvette. Only 2,000 of these were made, and it was a beautiful machine. We're back to the golf carts.
Now, all we get to see is the emblem.
Yeah, it's going. I didn't put it in order, but it's there.
Yeah.
Some great Corvettes, C4s, C1s, C2s. There was even this is a shot of the lake as we were cruising by it. And for some reason, the computer put them in different orders. This was a beautiful split-window Corvette, fuel-injected, 4-speed. This was the epitome of what Corvettes were. This was the first Stingray.
Were those mechanical fuel injection?
Mechanical fuel injection, Rochester fuel injection. Here's now I was about mid-pack on the cruise. There were about 50 Corvettes in front of me.
Jeez, man.
And this was the view down as we went around the lake.
Were you still in the tow truck?
No, at that point we'd got it running.
Okay.
Yeah. And here's that fuel-injected engine we were talking about. Yeah, I was still in the tow. I was leading with the tow truck.
It was a high shot, so I thought
it was a high
maybe you were on
shot.
top
Yeah.
of that AAA
Open
truck.
the roof and we put the.
Are you a
camera
member
out.
of AAA?
Yes, I am. Luckily,
You highly recommend it, don't you?
I have definitely used my membership for
Haven't
the
we all?
last year.
They're starting to see through my pretenses.
Yeah. Now, here you can see one of the drivers on the golf cart. She's blindfolded. Now, this lady, we're going to show her a little bit later on. She won $1,000 there. Not in that event, though. There she is. She had their lucky raffle ticket, won $1,000. They put $1,000 bills in a frame. From what I understand, she hasn't broken the glass yet to get it out. These were some of the cars parked at the breakfast brunch. That was the champagne brunch.
Ew.
This was a beautiful engine. Everything was carbon fiber or repainted.
Wow.
This is the engine of a vintage-style Corvette, where a company used to make a body that made it look like an early 55 Corvette.
I'd seen those. You say used to, though.
Yeah, so as far as I know, they don't make them anymore.
That's a shame, because you know what? I remember that body, and it was on a modern chassis, but it was an older body.
On a C5 Corvette chassis, and it was neat. Here's another solid axle car, although it looked just like the other one. There were a few solid axle cars, and that was one of the popular. So this car not only won in the show, but the following day he came out for the autocross and blistered the track we used the airport at. Now there was me. As you can see, I was blindfolded.
Do you have sunglasses over your blindfold?
Yes, I do.
Why am I not surprised, Bob?
Yeah, just me. There's my Corvette, and we're in front of the Host Hotel.
It's a black one?
The black one, yeah, the lead one, yeah. And that was right after the autocross. They're holding up their glasses for the champagne. This was not champagne, Bloody Mary breakfast.
Quite a beautiful day, wasn't it?
Oh, it was a beautiful weather up there. Beautiful yellow Corvette. And here we're going through the mountainous areas. There was a group. This was the dinner area. But these are some of the show cars. Grand Sport, only a few hundred of those were made. Or
I never even heard of that model.
It's just interesting seeing how it's kind of morphed over the years.
Yeah, and it's amazing. The C7 is coming out, and a couple of those cars were for sale for people that had the C7s. That was a brand new C6. One of the guys in the Ventura Corvette Club just bought. That was its maiden voyage. And some of the members having fun. I mean, after a while, the drinks were flowing, and the people were happy. I had the bubbles from my Coca-Cola were stuck in my nose. That was another story. I tried snorting it, but it sticks together.
If I had a nickel for every time I heard that line.
Hey!
Yeah, they're picking his pocket, trying to get the win there.
I hate when that happens.
I know.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Now, I had to take a picture of this.
Oh, there's a Curry Jeep.
This was across the street from the Host Hotel.
Nice.
There were two Curry-labeled Jeeps. I didn't know if they had anything to do with Curry rear ends, but they had the Curry rear end logo. They probably did. Apparently, there was a Jeepery or a Jeep Jamboree going on as well.
Or
Curry rear end.
Jeepery.
Jeep.
Yeah.
Jeep, just empty every pocket. There's that anniversary Corvette again.
Okay, there it is.
There it is. They had a black top. They had a white interior, white steering wheels.
That's
There's that early Corvette.
That's
Now there's a contrast for you. C6 Corvette and the C5 with the early body on it. This was a car where you bought the Corvette, then paid $50,000 additional to have that body put on.
But it's pretty.
But it's got a great suspension, right?
Yes, it handles well.
It drives like a new car.
Air conditioning and everything else. And they were neat pieces.
Yeah.
There was the 53, 55 version and the 61, 62 version as well.
Okay. Well, I guess at that price it was kind of hard to sell them, but that was a cool idea.
But it was a great event. Hundreds of Corvettes. They autocrossed. They showed and shined, and everyone had a bunch of fun.
Nice.
So
Great deal.
It's going to happen next year again. There's a lot of Corvettes events going on. You need to join one. If you've got a Corvette, join one of the Corvette clubs because it's a great social group to get with. The National Corvette Restorers Society and the National Corvette Club. You find out about all these events, and you can take your car and go to great events all over the country happening all year round.
Well, you know what? We're going to go back up to the Nitro race and talk to Dan Horan and Donnie Couch. But before we do, I've got a couple of congratulations. Robert Aceves called into the show to tell us about a super stock event coming up at Bakersfield. Remember that, Dynamite?
Absolutely.
He put Speed Scene Live stickers on his car right in the staging lanes when we were up there. He ended up winning one of those races in his Firebird. So congratulations to him. Also, Bruce, don't you have 2 photos that I sent you?
I certainly do.
Of a great-looking Nova with a Speed Scene Live sticker on the side from Valley Head Service right here. Valley Head Service has been on our show, and they're very well known. Well, Dave Matthews and his driver, Dave Du Bois, would like to thank Gino and Larry for their help with the Seagas Nova.
Dave Matthews?
Yes.
Like from the Dave Matthews Band?
Just like that, only without the money. They
or the guitar
currently have 2 back-to-back Seagas victories in that car. 2 weekends in a row. They did a great job. Congratulations to them. Now, Donnie, you were talking to a somewhat well-known racer by the name of Dan Horan.
Dan Horan, and we put Speed Scene Live stickers on his car.
I think
and
Bruce,
he won the race. So there's a pattern going there.
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't there something there? We always tell everybody it gives them a 10th, so I think it's giving them a win.
Those stickers
we'll
are
have
kinda
them out there this weekend.
Now, those stickers are kind of like the nicotine patch, but they've got nitro in ours, right?
Yeah, well, it's
not
just,
yours, Bob.
It's just like, rubbing a little luck on the driver.
They got gas on yours.
Yes, they do.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you this, I have no idea where the. We'll show the stickers. I think as soon as I find them. I know that we've got an interview
before the race.
That's right, and one as well after the race.
Yeah. Well, let's do that one then.
All right, so let's take a look at that. First, I guess we'll call this pre and post. That's how it's going to work tonight on Speed Scene Live.
Donnie Couch, Speed Scene Live, here with the number 1 qualifier tonight, and going into the quick 8 for the finals. Dan Horan. Dan, welcome to the show. Looks like you're running pretty good today.
It's all Ron Swearingen. He makes it look easy.
Well, it's not all the crew chief. You're doing a hell of a job driving, my friend.
Thank you very much. But, these guys, they give their heart and soul to it. Ron Swearingen, I think he's the greatest guy in the parking lot next to you.
I'm glad you clarified that, Dan.
Good job.
I think it was the Speed Scene Live decals you put on your car, though.
Well, it couldn't have hurt. It definitely couldn't have hurt.
All right, that's Dan Horan. We're going into the finals. Maybe we'll just see him in Victory Circle here tonight, folks. Dan, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you very much, Donnie.
Hey, Donnie, that was a great interview. You did a great job on that.
Like I said, we got the stickers on the car, and he won the race.
Yeah.
So what's that tell you?
Yeah.
Hey.
What's that tell all the other people?
Fire it up.
Here's his run here, 581.
Ooh. Hot.
Dang.
To
Too
win
hot.
the race.
Wow.
At
What's that?
night, under the lights at Bakersfield.
253.
Wow.
One of the things that a lot of people don't realize about nostalgia drag racing, it's the only time you get to see a Nitro Funny car run a full quarter mile because the pros, they shut off at 1,000.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Bruce, what else do you got there? You got one more video back there?
Let's call this post-win.
All right, Donnie Couch, Speed Scene Live, Saturday Night Nitro. Dan Horan, the champion. Dan, how's it feel?
Awesome. I give all the thanks to Ron Swearingen and my team. They're awesome. That's all I can say. They're just awesome.
Just awesome. Well, the most consistent car on the property all weekend, including yesterday testing, Ronnie Swearingen. 580s, man. This car's dialed in. It's a bracket car.
Yeah, that's what we look for. Try and give Dan a lot of runs to get better and give the team a lot of practice, and maybe we can win one of these big ones.
Well, we know when you give him a consistent car, he can improve on his driving, which he's not doing a bad job now. We finally got to give him some props, huh, Ronnie?
Yeah, I think you should start.
Me? Give Dan props? Well, I will tonight, folks. Dan Horan, your Saturday Night Nitro champion here at Bakersfield, California. Congratulations, Dan.
Thank you so much, Donnie. Thank you so much.
All right. Donnie Couch for Speed Scene Live. Back to you in the studio.
Dang, how about that?
Donnie, you did a great job doing that interview. And
he's a natural, Lucky.
How was that event? People had a good time? Crowd reaction was good?
It was my first event, and it's up there with Mike English helping in the tower. And hey, Mike.
Were you announcing?
Yeah, we were announcing up there and spreading.
And Mike allowed you to do that? I know how Mike can be sometimes.
I had to gag him a couple times to get the Speed Scene Live word in there. Right. But hey, great racing up there all whole weekend. You know, they had trials on Friday night and then Saturday the race, and a lot of pre-single runs from the teams, and then go into the race when it gets dark. And like I say, the flames and the smoke and the smell of that nitro.
And the skid plates. And,
Summer
oh, wait,
night.
that's something.
No, that's different race,
Yeah, no skid plates. Dar's working on the skid plate nitro.
Drag
funny
race,
cars.
yeah.
Skid plate nitro.
Wait till you see the burnouts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fire burnout.
I wouldn't want to run on the track after they go down, actually. If there's anything left.
You know, I got to tell everybody here, they did a great job. First, Bryant Layton with the Bypass.com off-road report with Bert Jenner. Bob, Hot Rod Bob, your Corvette segment was great. And Donnie, man, you brought it all, but you never did light the cigar.
Well, I want to know where that cigar's been.
Bruce won't let me. Says the
Donnie?
sprinklers will turn
Where's
on.
that cigar been?
Talk to Monica Lewinsky
How come
about
it's
that
not
cigar.
lit?
Where's that
And you
cigar?
keep, it's not
I
lit,
can
but he
only
keeps
tell you,
sucking on
did
it.
you see the Courtney Force photos
Oh,
today?
God.
No.
You wish.
I'll bring that story up.
Yeah. She's young enough to be your daughter, sweetie,
Oh,
so don't even go there.
Yes.
Don't ruin it like that. Jeez.
Oh, man.
Diana Mite, thank you so much for being on the show.
You're welcome, Lucky.
And we want to put a special thank you out there to Dar Hawthorne for introducing us to the world of wild and wacky skid plate racing. I'm sure we're going to learn more about that.
Yeah.
Yes, I bet you we will.
Hey, guys, I'm going to be up at Simi Valley for the Collector Car Appreciation Day. About 1,000 cars this weekend at the Simi Valley Town Center Mall.
Nice.
Whoa.
Gotta come out. It's free. Free to enter your car, free to come in as a spectator.
And what do you win?
I don't think there's any winnings other than you get to see a whole bunch of great
Bob
cars.
Beck will be signing autographs.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like that Snapple commercial. I won nothing.
Yeah. You can meet the Bobs because we'll have two of the Bobs from AAA there.
There you go.
Okay, there
The
you go.
Bobs will be there.
Well, Bruce, you better take it away because we're just getting too wild here in studio.
Oh, man. Hey, one more time. Thanks for joining us on our, probably this time only, but we'll kind of see how things develop in the future live stream only event of the show. And, of course, if you missed anything on tonight's show, we're going to replay that show next. Check the archives page. If you want to go way back, check our YouTube link as well right here at speedscenelive.com. It's plastered all over the place for our YouTube channel. Man, great to see you guys in studio. And what do you say? Let's do this show again next week. What do you think?
I think so.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Speed Scene Live TV, the #1 online motorsports TV show. Brought to you by Curry Racing Rear Ends, M&H Tires, and TheFoat.com.